Hello and welcome to Mary the Medium and Pet Psychic, episode 9. One more, and we're all the way up to 10. So,
Wow.
I know, flew by, didn't it? Yeah.
My gosh, yeah. Well, I kind of thought more, I kind of thought more, we've done more than that, but apparently not.
Well, but being on Tuesday, it was like a day after the Sunday show. So it was like, it felt like a continuous for a while. We were like going and going and going. But, I'm gonna, the change. I think we'll see how this goes, and we can always play around with it. So, I just you read the thing, but it's or the description. We're gonna talk about pet ghosts and spirits and whatnot. But
yeah.
did you want to start with anything today, Mary? Like before we get going, do you want to?
Well, for the average person, the person who does not have a gift like mine, so I can see, people when they come up to see me, especially at Spirit Fest USA, I literally can see the animals because when they come up, they've got a train behind them. They've got dead relatives following them. Some have attachments, but I always, and it's always been the case to have the animals come skidding in at the end, during a reading, sight unseen, when I'm not face to face with someone. I will pick up on their animals that have passed. But if they are sitting in front of me or walk by me, and then of course the animals all show up, and these are deceased past, pets that we've had. But and so another thing I'm going to say, and you guys have heard it, it's like a broken record. When our animals pass, guys, their energy, just like humans are our souls, animals have souls, okay? Sentient beings where, they can feel emotions, fear, anger, sorrow, just like humans can. And so when they pass, their energy, just like us, so their energy will remain. Now, if the pet owner has other pets and becomes so involved in the care and maintenance of these other pets and forgets, that they've had this pet that passed, then the pet will either still stay or they will go with a loved one on the other side. I've seen it a lot where, somebody had more pets and forgot to say their name of their cat or dog or horse or guinea pig or rabbit that died. And so, so the pet feels like they're forgotten. So they will go to the other side with a past loved one of ours. But for the most part, they stay with us. They stay with the person that loved them. And I've always found that to be the case. Like they're still doing their thing like they were when they were alive, as you well know, because they're tearing up your house there.
Yeah.
On video. It's like, woohoo, Dad's gone. We're gonna have a party.
A party, and I do have some. Do you want me to show those now, or do you want to, like?
Yeah,
do you want
of course.
Okay, I can. So I put a security camera up when I leave I go to my parents. I half the week to help them out because my dad's going downhill, and so I put a security camera that has the night vision, and just in my living room. And I always, when I leave, I'm like, Baxter Gracie, I love you. Watch the house. My daddy's gone. Just I talk to them like they're here. And by the time I get in the car, said it before, it trips my motion sensor. And so, I this is I kind of this last time it tripped it like 5 times, but I just did the one with the most activity, and it's only about 5 seconds. But the second one I slowed it down, so and I kind of edited it. But this is the first one, so.
Yeah, so I saw 3 motions there. The one on the corner, and then
Mm-hmm.
the small one that comes across the front, and then the long, it's like a zigzag one that shoots across the living room. Yeah.
And it goes into the wall. Now I think one of it you see it come up, but then I think I think that's Dexter. It's kind of like, you know, because they're
Yeah.
going all over. Because the the footage that I have is like 8-second increments, and
Uh-huh.
so like one will pick up, but one might just get like a little bit, you know. So it's not. It's
Okay.
kind of like, but that one had. So this is the same thing. I edited. I slowed it down half speed just so you can kind of. And
Oh, Evie said, Mary, love, my mom passed.
yeah.
My mom passed. And a month
Oh.
later, Peggy went to my mom. Oh, I'm so sorry,
Oh.
Evie. Our condolences from the show.
Yes, that's. I'm so sorry.
Evie's in Australia, guys. So I'm so sorry, honey. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, okay. So anyway, so let yeah.
he's sulking. Yeah.
Now, and how you can tell whether or not your lost loved ones are still there, the babies, okay, the fur babies, is that your alive babies will see them. They'll stare off and they'll watch them. Like they'll keep their head still and they'll watch and watch their eyes, because they'll be following the past fur babies, your past fur babies. So let's show that clip again of.
Mhm. This is the slowed down one, and so.
Look at that. I mean, it's like a zigzag. That's
Mhm.
crazy. Yeah.
And this is one second, but this is that one of Dexter that really looked like a cat. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And show that
it,
again. Can you slow that one down?
I can try. Let me try to add that picture. It's better to that still that I have. I meant to put it up.
Yeah. I mean,
Just
that one looks so much like your cat.
oh,
And
there's
usually
no.
if you see orbs, then what you'll see is you can slow it down and stop it and see a face in it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like well, you're the one that described that I had a cat and a dog the first time I met you, and to the T, like, you know, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
it's I'm sorry. I'm really like not the best at multitasking.
Neither
I'm
am I, especially with my brain tonight. Oh my God. I'm
well, I know
drinking
you.
like some weird ass concoction of chicken broth, beef broth, sazon, and something
Well, you've been
else.
going full tilt for like 2 weeks, and with Ann
Mhm.
being sick. That's I'm sorry about that, but I will try to. Yeah, I'm just, of course.
The refrigerator's open.
Oh,
Okay.
but yeah, so I will find that. I'll get it up on the side.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Yeah, yeah. But so as far as like, do they cross over, or are they? I mean, do they ever do them get stuck, or like attached to? Because I know you said like when you moved in, like they get left behind.
Well, if you
Or
move residences, guys, you need. Hang on, I'm moving. If you move residences, then what you want to do is say, come on, you got to come with Mama. Okay, come on, let's go. You know, because the people that I bought this house from, okay, I was looking in the window before I bought it, and here is this little terrier in the window.
little dog in the window.
A little doggy in the window. Not kidding you. And I'm like, oh, God, they forgot and they left him. See? There you go. There's your baby.
Mhm.
That's your baby.
The ears and everything. Yeah.
Can't miss it. Yeah, that's him. Yeah. Now, do you ever see him in your bedroom?
Um. Now the thing is, I can sense, I can feel like a presence,
Hmm.
and it's them. And they're,
Right.
right next to my bed there. I have like their paw prints, and I have their
Right.
pictures, and I talk to them. I know Emma can see them,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll kind of, she
Gotcha.
kind of looks over. I'm like, okay, guys, like, but I talk, like they say goodnight every night, and I have felt where Grace used to always lay at the end of the bed and face the door, and Baxter slept on the pillow next to me. And I
Right.
have rolled over before, and I have
Uh-huh.
felt like whiskers
Yeah.
because Emma
Okay.
sleeps in a different spot. But I've felt Baxter brush against my legs. I've had,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I've felt shark bait curl up next to me. You
hmm
know,
like that weight on
absolutely.
top of the blanket kind of thing. I've
Yeah.
had that.
Well, yeah, yeah. Shark bait is curled up right next to me when
Hmm.
I've been sleeping, and I heard him plain as day about a week ago. Out out with me when I was out in the front yard, and like, what are you doing out here? Even though you're dead, get back, get your ass back inside the house. And I heard
Well,
Sparky not too long ago. Yeah.
Well, they talked through it. They kind of like were Emma was 8 weeks old when I brought her home, and
Oh.
she was doing. It was like they were telling her what to do,
Yeah.
like that little like
Oh, I'm
because
sure.
like I'm like you're talking, to them. So yeah, they're with me. I mean,
Oh, I
but it
know.
is comforting. It's nice to know that. Like I mean, it's just pets come into your life and they're a gift. So I just I don't. Do you want to? I mean, I don't know if we should swing that way, but like that. There was a story out of France that was kind of a little bit, if as far as I don't know if that's a good segue.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Okay,
How,
we'll
how
get this
about
out of
I'm
the way.
sending you I'm
Okay.
sending you a picture of a very, very sad pit bull that just
Okay.
got dumped by his owner.
Oh.
And the guy and his girlfriend split up. He moved to New York. He took a condo up there. They don't allow animals, especially pit bulls. But this baby apparently loves humans, loves all humans. And so he's very, very sad. So I'm sending you the picture now. So maybe we could
Okay.
put that up because we've got to find this baby a home, get him
Okay.
out of a kill. Don't want him
Oh.
going into a kill shelter situation.
Okay. I'll put him in this. Okay. Get that up.
Yeah. His name is Leo Lionel.
Oh.
3 years of age. Look at him. He looks so depressed. Look, he just looks so
He
depressed.
does look sad.
He doesn't know what happened.
And how
Oh,
old is he? He still looks,
th-
yeah.
3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Poor baby. Looks
That's
very, very sad. He was like absolutely um um in love with his male owner. And
mhm.
the guy's name starts with a P. And of course, the mother of the girlfriend's like, no way, I'm not having a dog in my house. And so, like, I mean, guys, this happens unless you have a house, an actual house, unless who cares if the person is in your life or not? Your first priority should be to, your kids and your animals, should be, regardless of who comes in your life and who's out of your life. And so,
First,
and this is what happens when boyfriend, girlfriend get together. Oh, let's adopt a dog. Well, that's not pet responsibility. Pet responsibility is these pets were put in your life for a reason. Does not mean that you can and say, oh, well, we'll just get rid of the dog. We'll just give him up. Well, you're putting another life in a kill shelter. And so I'm really angry at the two people that had this beautiful baby boy and just gave him up
Well,
because,
too many people, they write off them like, oh, it's just a dog. I'm like, what? It's just a
yeah,
dog. It's a living, loving, the unconditional love, and you
yeah,
are their world. You're their world, and
yeah.
it.
And this, I mean, you can look at him. Look how sad he looks. He doesn't know what happened. All of a
Yeah,
sudden, he gets handed over and he
yeah.
doesn't know what happened. So, my friend Ava has him, guys. We're trying to find him a home. He's originally from Florida, and this dog is in New Hampshire. Of course, wherever you are, we could probably try and figure out how to get him to you. 3 years of age, just loves people. Like, this is like a little doggy ambassador if you are to take him out in public. So,
He looks like a cuddler too. Yeah.
yeah, and he is. This dog is a cuddler. And he's
Oh.
small. He's not large. He's small.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh. Let's let's get him a home. Yeah.
Yeah, so contact me. I'll
Hi,
put you in touch
Chantel.
with his temporary foster, and we'll get him home.
Okay. Leo. Okay.
Lionel. Yeah.
Lionel.
Yeah.
Oh. And this is I just started this. This is,
Yeah.
you can, well, okay, we put it up. Yeah, formalities. We don't have to say anything to Spirit because they'd have to talk through you to get back at,
Right.
like, bring it up with Spirit, you gotta go through Mary because unless you can,
Right. Right.
So, but, well,
You see my cat tower?
oh yeah, yes.
Massive.
The kitty condo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
massive. Yeah. So anyway, so this is about the marine park in France.
Yeah, it's called, well, this is an article from People Magazine. And basically, let me see. So, this place in France, it's called Marineland, and Marineland was closed in January, and because the French government made it illegal to use whales and dolphins for performances. So I don't understand how. Okay, that's fine if you want to do that, but they basically just let it. You can see the algae with the dolphins. That's the far right. There's 12 of them there. And then there's 2 orcas. And they can't go back in the wild. But, I mean, they've been there since January without, just close the park. And so I know that, I mean, this is a story that you mentioned, and it just was heartbreaking reading it. But, I have seen how they get the calves or the orca, off the West Coast. I was listening to this guy. He goes, I can't, that part of my life, I feel so, he was ashamed for doing it. But because they're very intelligent and they basically kidnap them. And that's how and then they put them in a pond. I mean, they're not meant to live like that. So I don't know.
Do you know which organizations? I mean, who stepped forward? Has the United States any marine lands and aquatic?
There's a few. There was a Spanish place that. Sorry.
Okay.
A Spanish. Yeah, I mean, I was reading through it, and it was there. It just the thing is that transporting them, feeding them is extremely it costs a lot. But I think the French government, they don't have to perform anymore, but they got to take care of them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's
I mean,
still,
they need
this is
to. They just
this was,
left them.
this is May 15th.
Yeah,
When this article was published. So,
yeah. th-
I
This
mean,
this is. I mean, this guys. This is an atrocity. This is animal welfare. This is animal abuse. To just neglect, just to walk away, and say, well, we're just going to let them die. No, Antibes, Marine Land, French government, fucking step aside and let more people come in to collect these babies. This is atrocious. This is absolute. I mean, somebody should hold the French government. Somebody should sue, excuse my French, sue the French government. All animal rights activists should come together and sue them and get these babies out of there. This is just the worst kind of animal abuse, you
so
know.
you pass a law that you don't want to like use them for shows or whatever. So how is that like helping them when you're just leave them?
Yeah, and
You,
they just left them there to die.
yeah.
So we need organizations to step up
Mhm.
and to rescue them. United States, Spain, Iceland,
Yeah.
somebody come forward, please,
I
and
think that,
then
yeah.
send the bill to the friggin' frogs. Okay. Yeah. And I'll probably get censored for that. But, come on. This is horrendous. I mean, I see animal abuse all day long on Instagram, how humans could, I mean, and this is what's going to happen to the human race, people, because we can't be kind and nice. Okay. And this just tells you what the human race is all about. I need somebody to come forward and help these poor marine mammals. They have to.
Do you remember when those like schools of dolphins and stuff were beaching themselves 2 years back? Like, did you
Yeah,
hear,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that kind of stuff? It's almost like, I don't know. My hope is that they're on a higher plane. Like I think, they're very, very intelligent, but
Very,
and
very.
I want to say most of our realm is covered in water, so
Yeah.
there's got to be places that they, maybe they not necessarily go extinct, but they leave where we are. But that's my.
I- I'm just, why does this surprise me? I would have thought that somebody in the French government would have had a heart, but obviously they don't. So you know how you get back at France for pulling this shit? Don't go there. Don't buy anything French. Boycott the French until they pull their heads out of their asses and fix this problem. Boycott France, guys. Don't buy property there. Don't buy products. Don't
Cheese.
support anything from France. Nothing. Okay, and it's because of what they have done to these animals. Yeah, Antibes, France. Yep, south of France. Yachts.
Mhm.
I used to be a yacht chef. Yacht. If anybody is out there watching this, okay, if you're on a yacht, don't go to Antibes. If they're going to do this to marine mammals, just think what they will do to you. I'm serious. These people need to be boycotted. I'll probably get censored big time. I
Well,
don't give a shit.
yeah, I didn't have the time to really look into it, but I want to follow. I want to, I'm going to obviously follow this story because I just, but it's stuff like this that needs to be brought to attention, I think. Because I know SeaWorld had a lot of, you know, I think they
Yeah.
had a lot of legal issues, but just nowadays, you don't really need. it's not necessary. I think we got enough. We got TV screens that you can't even tell that they're not real.
You know, I
And that's
just
have you seen the holograms where like the whale comes out of the and splashes, but it looks like a real whale jumps out of the floor. It's like a 3D hologram.
oh, that's cool.
I
That's
think it was
pretty.
in Dubai or something, or over in
Uh,
Asia. They have them. Yeah.
well, can Dubai take them? I'm sure they have huge aquariums. I mean, Atlanta has got a massive aquarium. You know, authorities in Atlanta. You know,
Yeah.
somebody step up to the plate. Okay. I just, I am not buying anything French. I'm not supporting them. I will say bad things about them until they fix this situation. Boycott
Did
anything
you
having to do with France.
did you by chance maybe see those three? I don't want to misquote or get you, but I think one of them was French that got busted like on television or on like an interview, and they had coke, like at cocaine.
No
You
way.
They had
Which
like a
who
little baggie of
was
coke,
it?
and there were three leaders like around the table, and one had like they just casually covered it up. It was all over. I would have to figure out, but I think one of them was the
Really?
I yeah I
Where is Macron in this? Where's the French president in this? I mean, is he, what's
busy
he
with
going
his
to
husband.
say
I
to
mean his
say,
wife.
move these animals? With the stroke of a pen, move these animals. This
Uh,
just sucks.
yeah.
Yeah, Evie, you're right. This is animal abuse at its finest by the French government.
with their female first lady.
Where's
Um,
PETA? PETA. I need
Ada.
PETA. I need PETA involved. I need all animal rights activists involved. Anybody who's watching this, how about share this? Share this, okay? And yeah, hey Carrie, hey Chantel. I'm just saying hello to everybody in the chat. Um, this is animal abuse, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
No worse than fighting dogs. You're letting these babies die. They're just gonna die there. Nobody's
Oh,
taking care of them.
so why did they make it? Like what? I mean, at least I know performing was horrible, but like they were, at least beating them.
Yeah. And
Like,
now the water's gotten crappy. They probably are having they'll probably develop severe respiratory issues and have
oh yeah.
to if they're not dead by now. I am really pissed off.
Well, like hopefully, I think yeah. I know that I did read that they're trying to go through it, but like I don't know what kind of like like red tape you have to go through to get
It
to
should there
get
should not be any red tape. Just go
no
there and pick them up.
yeah.
Break in if you have to. Break into the marine park. Okay. Whatever you have to do to set these babies free, do it.
I don't know. Yeah, like that'd be a big. Like, how would you transport a orca? Like,
It would have to, I'm sure, a ship. I'm sure.
yeah, yeah. It's just and just well, that's a very sad case, but we'll keep on that. I want to follow up on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I did. I just want to mention, like every people are always worried about recalls, and I was gonna put like there's a lot, but this is the agency that is responsible for recalls. So it has to go through the FDA, and this is the
Right.
official. That's so FDA.gov recalls and withdrawals. So check here. There's a lot. Like the trend right now is the like the fresh food.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So the
A lot of
problem
them
is
being
it,
recalled.
it gets recalled, but a lot of times, I think it's like bottled water. So
Right.
you don't know if that bottled water has been sitting in a hot
Mm-hmm.
metal storage unit,
Right.
leaching out all those chemicals into the water. Like, you don't know, but like they're probably like, oh, it's just, like people have a different
Right.
sense of hygiene and stuff with that. Like I
Right.
wash her, and I've washed her bowl every single time she eats.
Right. You
She's never
have
eaten
to.
it. I have a floater thing. I change it every 2 days. I clean it.
Yeah.
And she's never had tap water. So
Oh my gosh. Well, so okay, the problem with these pet foods that are made with, like, and you buy them refrigerated. The problem is,
mhm,
guys, when you, like, for instance, Smalls, okay? Um, and now I've ordered Smalls before too, and never had a problem. And it's supposed to be one of the healthiest pet foods out there on the market. They're very expensive, unfortunately, so I couldn't keep that up, not with my collection of babies. But
yeah,
so you want to make sure that if you order fresh food for your pets, how it is boxed. Let me tell you how it should be boxed for shipping. Cardboard box, okay, insulated on the inside. And usually they will, and this is how I used to receive frozen foods down in the Caribbean from a purveyor in Fort Lauderdale. Okay. So you got the cardboard box, then you've got the insulation on the inside, all around the sides and on the bottom. And then dry ice should be lining the bottom. Not one little tiny pack of dry ice like that big. No, guys, we need more dry ice, more, and it's actually cheaper than frozen blocks because the frozen blocks weigh more, and of course they'll charge you more. Dry ice, no more than 2 days out. Okay. They can't guarantee the food's there in 2 days. Don't buy it. Do not buy it. And the problem with this is it sits on UPS trucks, FedEx trucks, DHL, other delivery services, and of course, time temperature abuse. I'm a professional chef, guys. So you're looking at sanitation, time temperature abuse. So by the time you get it, if it's not still frozen, call them up, tell them you're not accepting this. They need to send you some that are absolutely frozen because it sat on that truck too long, got hot, the dry ice melted, and you're putting your pet's health in danger. Okay. So not only so the cardboard box, the insulation around it, okay, and then of course dry ice down on the bottom, the pet food, and you should or okay, with the insulation on the inside, if it's not a foil insulation, let's just say it's styrofoam, they need to have a bag in there. A bag, okay? Put the dry ice in the bag, the food on top of the dry ice, close up the bag, okay? And then close it up, seal it up. That's technically how it should be shipped. But you need to make sure that food is frozen and cold when you get it. Get a thermometer.
mhm,
Taylor makes one of these little infrared thermometers, digital. You can stick it on the product and find out what temperature it is. If it's any greater than 50, throw it out. Call the people that you ordered the food from. Say, send out another batch. You guys just abused time and temperature, and I can't accept this because you don't want to kill your baby. You don't want bacteria to grow. Okay. And then a lot of the reasons the food are being recalled is listeria and salmonella and E. coli. Okay. So check the FDA website for recalls before you decide to start buying these products from these artisan cat food and dog food makers. You got me?
Now, Mary, I have a question because I haven't used that service before. Have you ever gotten one of those, like, I think, like Blue Apron, HelloFresh, where is it similar to that? Or are
Yeah,
those sort of more
very, very,
local?
very, very
Are they,
similar.
yeah. So are they sourced kind of like regionally and then,
Um,
or,
no,
no?
they can say they are, guys, but what they do is every week their lots on their packages are going to be different. Okay, which means their chicken can come from this place, their beef from this place. It's never going to be the same unless they have set up arrangements with certain farms, okay,
Mhm.
or certain purveyors to do this. Oh, hello. Hi, honey. Hi, baby. And so, anyway, so it's just like we ordered this raw product and it was freeze dried food. And we got it one week. The cats loved it, ate it, and it was had a vet's name on it, supposedly top shelf. And then when they ran out, we ordered another bag. And I do not recommend buying the food from Amazon. Do not buy your cat food or dog food from Amazon. You don't know how long it's sat around. You don't know how long they've, if they have adhered to time temperature abuse. And
They've
the
really
problem
gone
is,
downhill.
yeah, yeah.
They
So,
really
and
have
that
gone
was the
downhill.
problem. That was the problem.
Mhm.
We ordered it from Amazon. Now, this one particular Dr. McCole, I forgot the name. It started with an M.
Arcola? Arcola?
No, no, it was a vet. I think he's dead, but his name is on these food products, these freeze dried um, cat and dog foods. They come in small bags. Okay. The problem is when I called up to find out the same lot number, because the next batch we gave the cats, they wouldn't touch it. Different lot numbers, made in different parts of the U.S. Not by the same company. This is the problem you run into. That's why when Jason and I come out with our pet food book with Melina, okay,
Mhm.
I want you guys to order it, and that way you can start. And it's so much easier and cheaper than anything you would spend at PetSmart. It's cheaper to make it. Okay,
And you know
and
what's
you,
in it.
huh?
It's not loaded full of preservatives and like
Right, right.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Food coloring. Oh my God.
Oh.
Uh, I walk
Well, look,
inside PetSmart and I see all of these treats like a buffet line. And I'm going, good God, look at all the dyes that are in those treats.
we had a when I was a kid, it's called Fago Pop. It's pop or soda because you're in
Uh-huh.
Florida. It has Fago, and it was
Yeah.
Red Pop, which was the strawberry, but they used that red dye. And
Red
my mom,
number
we weren't
five.
allowed to have it because we would like she said it was like we get so hyper on it, like crazy hyper.
Oh, sure.
And that
Yeah.
was
Like,
from yeah.
you
But
want to
look at
hear
what
a
they're putting in
bartender's
kids'
trick?
food, huh?
A bartender's trick. Little John parents are on vacation with little Johnny. Okay,
Hmm.
trust me, I know. I used to be at the front of the house before I went to the back of the house as an executive chef.
Hmm.
Little Johnny is picking up, throwing his food all over the restaurant, screaming at the top of his lungs. So, how do you get little Johnny back to the hotel room in a split second? Give him lots
I
and
have.
lots of grenadine, which
Oh,
raises his sugar. Okay. Little Johnny develops a temperature, and the parents have to take him back to the hotel. Not kidding you. Wait staff and bartenders do that, guys. That's totally illegal now. But yeah, so
have you ever heard about the Visine trick?
yep, yep. You
Mhm.
know what? Yep. And they took that active ingredient out. If you got a really unruly bar customer, the old trick was to squirt some Visine in his drink, and you know what? It works.
It was like, yeah.
Yeah, all of a sudden
Yep.
you have to go. Isn't it horrible? But yeah, but true. And but thank God they took that stuff out.
Do
And
you know what it was in there that was
I
the
don't, I don't, but it's
okay.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. They take all the good stuff and they leave all the yeah.
So we have a question.
Okay.
Susan Smith says, my daughter died suddenly, 4/26/25. I'm so sorry, Susan. Since then, my Chihuahua Hazel has been spooked horribly twice. Is she seeing my daughter? Yes, she is. And spooked, probably because Hazel has never seen a dead person. Okay. And so your daughter is there, Susan. So, if you want to send me an email, the real Mary the medium at gmail.com, and
It's in the
I'll get
it's
with
yeah,
you
with the
about this.
website. Yeah.
Yeah. Or marythemedium.com. The real Mary the medium at gmail.com is the email. Sorry.
And then your website, which I'll put that
Which
up.
is Mary the medium. I'll help you,
This
Susan.
is what it yep.
Right. Marythemedium.com. You can book a reading on there. You can buy my products, but I am not feeling too good about why your daughter is there. Sorry, I'm a remote viewer. So anyway, but yeah, so I think Hazel is seeing your daughter. Nothing bad about that, you know. My cats see spirits in my house. So, but I'm so sorry. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay. All right. And Carrie said, oh, yeah, poison. So let me tell you what every pet parent needs to keep in their little bag of tricks to help their fur babies: charcoal. Okay.
Is
You need to
the
keep.
charcoal you get at like a health food store for
Yeah.
detoxing?
Well,
Okay.
yeah, those come in capsules. What you want is the paste for
Okay.
animals.
Okay.
Okay, because they'll flavor them like fish and stuff. Keep charcoal for upset tummies, for for things like that, for poisoning, absolutely. And keep the phone number um, on your phone for your vet or the emergency vet in case your animal does get poisoned. Okay, so anyway. Oh, you love the cat tree? It's massive. It goes all the way up to the ceiling. Thank you, Chantel. All right, so what else we got, Jason?
So we have like animals that can
Yes.
medical detection dogs. So this was from Medical News Today. Can dogs detect cancer? So they're like, yes, it's like if you see them, or another thing that not in this but cancer necessarily, but like that you'll have like dogs or cats in hospitals that can predict
Wow.
when someone's about to cross over, or like they're like, but this is it's these are the ones. So I'm sure it gives off a scent. I'm sure there's some sort of like pH change in your body that they can detect. And so if you go to what this article here from Medical News Today it does list that there are certain breeds that are better for it. And I mean, I don't think it's something that you would
I thought a schnauzer was. I remember years ago, schnauzers were being used. Their sense of smell is incredible.
we had that was when I was a baby, like my parents had a Schnauzer, Hildegard von Snoot.
What?
That was her full name. We called her Hildy, but it was Hildegard von Snoot.
Hildegard von Snoot.
Von Snoot.
Oh wow!
All she did. She barked. She barked a lot.
Well, I wonder if cats can do the same thing.
Oh yeah, well yeah, they've had cats like in. I don't know. There's no, I've heard of cats and dogs, both like not just for cancer, but for like they can tell if someone. It's like that's why
Yeah.
they know.
Wow.
They'll go be with them while they're, especially if they're alone.
Yeah.
They don't have family. So
Huh.
yes, I've heard this. But
That's great.
it just shows you that they're God's gift. They are. And then
Yeah.
this is for seizures. So,
Seizure alert dog. Okay, so what's the difference? 18 to 20 minutes in advance. It's an instinct. 15% of dogs possess.
that's
Wow.
it. Yeah. But it's kind of like, they can sense that, or like earthquake's a little bit different because I think they can feel it a little before us. But,
Yeah, they can.
they have, I know they're on a higher level spiritually than we are. Like,
Right.
well, most people,
Yeah.
like they're they're talking to each other like nonverbal. Yeah,
Right.
I know they are. So, but I think like dogs too. Like I think some are just there's gifted dogs, and certain breeds probably have. It's the whole like was that Bugs Bunny Looney Tunes with the it always had like the barrel on his neck, the Saint Bernard, like, and then
I
he
grew up with
makes a
Saint Bernard.
cocktail or whatever. I
Yeah.
remember that one, but like there's bloodhounds for sniffing out stuff, and then there's Frenchies for draining your wallet, and then but there's a different
Wow.
Chihuahuas for biting your ankles.
So the seizure alert dog, so these are the three different categories, but the seizure dog does both what the seizure alert dog and the seizure response dog would do.
And epileptic too. So yeah. But like when you
wow.
see they have the best, I think this like in training, but like medical condition, that's when you see like a service dog. It's not only service dogs aren't only for the blind.
Right.
It could be for just not a peacock.
Diabetes.
Like someone took on a Delta. Was that Delta flight? They tried to take an emotional support peacock.
I was going to ask you about that. An emotional support.
I've never known peacocks to be emotionally supportive, but
no, they just scream at you.
they're all,
that's carrying it a little too far.
Yeah, I think someone was just like, how far can we push this? But I do know it's like it's around $200, and you have to you go and you have to get it renewed or whatever. But I was going to get that for Emma, but I probably still will.
Yeah, sure.
They're like, oh, you walk in somewhere and they're like, oh, we can't have. There's no dogs allowed. I said, well, there's a kid just ran by. What's the difference?
Right.
Right. My dog's better behaved than that kid.
Right.
They're not. Emma's so good. She just sits there. Yeah, she's a good girl.
That's so funny. What was I going to say? But how much do these dogs cost?
Yeah, I didn't look into that, but I'm sure that there is some, like, if it's a true metal, it probably would be covered on. They probably have, I'm
Yeah.
sure some sort of whatever. I mean, um, don't get
Oh,
me
and
started with insurance, but yeah,
Evie said, keep your cats away from jade plants. They are very, very poisonous. She said this last week, and I think the week before. And I'm sorry, Evie, I'm finally mentioning it. Yeah.
I'm just wondering what I'm gonna have to Google jade plant because I don't know what that is. I know, no, not you shouldn't. What is that?
Yeah,
What are
marry
those
the
hang?
jade plant.
What are those hanging ones?
Jade
The
plants?
no, the uh not the long flow, like hanging plants you put out in summer, the with the
Not the
little
ferns. Let me
ferns.
look.
Yeah, like
Yeah, let me look up jade plants. Jade plants. Here we
oh,
go.
they look like succulents.
Uh-oh.
Looks like a succulent, but like more of a
Crap, that looks like something I got on my lanai. Oh,
oh,
dang.
that's
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's not something that grows up here in Michigan. No, you'd have to go to yeah, that'd have to
Well, it
be like
comes in
yeah.
different colors.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
that's one. And
they're
then
pretty.
this, the jade plant, looks like succulents. And then, am I getting close, Evie? She'll tell me. And then dwarf jade bonsai, anything jade. Cork bark jade bonsai, that's one. So, jade plant. Oh, that looks like it's in Florida.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Elephant bush.
She said yes, Mary. Yeah. Oh wow.
That look,
Oh,
yeah,
Chantel was
elephant.
yep. Yeah, dog blood sugar. Yeah, they can also detect like it's for diabetes or people with they can that's another
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at it, there's a long list of things that they can look out for. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. So diabetes, seizures, epilepsy, blindness. I mean, there's all sorts of uses. Friend of mine used to donate. Hey guys, hey. Friend of mine the kitties used to they would sponsor they literally would pay for dogs to be trained in doing this. Yeah, so I hope that they both passed now, but I hope that their gift, their legacy still continues in doing this. And they would always, this organization uses German Shepherds. So,
that reminds me of a Reno 911 episode where like they ate the edible or
were they
whatever.
what?
Like
What?
the German Shepherd ate like a bunch of like weed, like brownie or like it was just.
I, oh my God. Is that show still on the air?
I mean reruns. They kind of came back with this like there are some more recent ones. I don't know if they're in syndication or but there are some more recent ones in the last few years that came out. I love that show.
I
It's
know, right?
hilarious. I love that humor.
So
So
what else do we have? Because we're like, I ran my trap too much tonight.
oh no, you're fine. Well, we have this here. This is the rescue shelter. We like to
Yeah.
throw one of these in. And this
Look
is just
at
their
them.
website. Yeah. There you go.
Wild birds. Look. Pet birds,
Oh,
rabbits, horses,
that's a blue jay, man. That'll take your eye out.
turtles, reptiles, therescueshelter.com. Okay. And they have they have all over the United States, guys, animal rescue groups and shelters. Okay. So adopt, don't shop. and boycott the French for what they're doing to these marine mammals.
Those French people.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
well,
I was trying to help Leo, and we'll put Leo's picture back up. Little Leo got dumped today, people. And he's a 3-year-old pitty, loves people, loves children, people, not too fond of cats, because I don't guess he's ever been around them or really understands them, lived with them. But I mean, just look at that face. So we're trying to find a home for this. A friend of mine has got him, so he didn't get into the kill shelter, but she can't keep him long, guys. She's got dogs of her own, and we've got to find little Leo a home. He's a smaller,
certainly in the New Hampshire area.
Yeah, New Hampshire.
Okay.
And if anybody wants him, can give him a good home and lots of love and attention, contact me.
Gotta get past Mary.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. So little Leo needs a home. His name is Lionel.
Oh,
Yeah. He looks so sad.
I just wouldn't.
I'm telling you, pet responsibility. Pets are put into your life for a reason. And, if and boyfriend, girlfriend, oh, let's get a dog, make her home feel like, and you split up 3 months later. In the meantime, the animal gets dumped. Okay.
Well,
that's not responsible.
That's how I got Gracie, and that's how Baxter I got from a no-kill shelter from an adoption day. They did it for dogs, cats, and rabbits right after Easter. Rabbits get returned.
Evie said Evie said she's worried that the wrong people will get the whale. No, Evie, they have to have lots and lots of money to move these whales.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah. Oh, Carrie said, I pray Leo finds
they could probably get the oil from squeezing a bunch of those French people with all the cheese.
Right. Yeah.
The fromage.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. The fromage. God, don't get me started. Not on the French.
Yeah, we're gonna get haters in France.
Right.
Well, they're sassy anyway. They're
I mean, I've been there many times. Okay, I just don't approve of what they've done.
Yeah,
I don't approve of it. Anyway, little Leo. Yeah.
Talking about not approving of things. So we have this.
This is not on the regularly on a pet show, guys. Okay.
No.
But I made a prediction. When did I make the prediction list?
It was in 2 weeks ago, I believe. Yeah.
April.
2 weeks ago. Yep.
Yeah.
I have it. Yeah.
It was actually April, and then I came out with it. But I saw him passing, and I said that on my prediction sheet. Now, when I give a time frame on my predictions, okay, that's the latest that it will happen. Okay. Nothing is ever set in stone as far as dates go. It's what I gathered from Spirit. So obviously it's been moved up by a lot. But I feel really bad that this is happening. He has stage 4. While we may not always agree with politics, this is a human soul. But I did see his passing, and I put that on my predictions. And I posted it all over the internet. You think they would have found this, though. you know?
Well, the thing is, it's like I'm not getting into that, but just the fact that I mean, I think there should be age limits. I mean, you know, and it was elder abuse. I just felt, you
My
know,
and my thing is, for it to go to stage 4, he has a very aggressive form of prostate cancer, which tells me he probably had it when he got elected.
hmm
Or, yeah. I mean, so I'm just surprised that being the president, not having the exam.
I think I heard he was like one of the was one of the ones that didn't get it. Not all the other ones had the screening.
I
So
mean,
they
this has
must.
to be, if you're president of the United States, this has to be a must do. It's like if the president were a female,
Mhm.
yeah, a mammogram, a must do. I hate it when I see things that are coming to pass. I would like that my predictions not come true, but there's a reason I see them. And so this one is coming true. Like I predicted Princess Kate's cancer how many years ago? 5 years ago? Princess Kate of Great Britain. I
Milton.
predicted her cancer over 5 years ago. And I
Wow.
said it on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. Now we're going to lose a couple of rockers, but wait, that's for Sunday's show. We're going to talk about it on Sunday.
Sunday, yep, for Mary, what do you see?
Yeah. Right? I know. And we're going to have a special guest too. So.
Mm-hmm. And you'll be in the north side, so you'll be probably all in a turtleneck, and yeah, you'll probably be like adjusting because it's not.
I'll
cool.
be freezing.
Well, it's let me see what it is here in Michigan today. It's a lovely. We've got 48 degrees.
Crap! I'm going to be cold.
In May, 40. It was just 80. Yeah,
Yeah.
Someone broke the weather machine. They're messing around with it. So
yeah, Ozzy.
well,
Evie goes, oh dear, Ozzy.
it's not Keith Richards. I don't think he can.
We're not far off though.
But they all are getting into their 80s.
Yeah, and it's going to happen, bam, like that with one of them.
And they weren't really let's just say there were a period of their life where they probably abused their bodies a little bit more than most.
Right. But this is one that nobody sees coming.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody sees Ozzy's. But nobody sees this coming.
Mm.
I don't think anybody knows that this person. I mean, I feel like it's the heart. The heart, just a major heart attack. Major, just, it's a widow maker. Boom, on the ground. And, yeah, so, but anyway, and I still don't know who it is. I'll just say, well, 2 rockers, if not 3. Rock and roll. 2 rockers, if not 3, we will lose this year into next. Major. Music will never be the same. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to say my favorite group was the 80s was Bananarama, and they're still putting stuff out.
Yeah, right.
They've aged gracefully, unlike Madonna. Yeah, it's like, Grandma, put your clothes back on.
I loved Steven Tyler. Oh my God, who doesn't? Yeah, he's changed a lot. I wish he would just drop that teenager he's dating.
Is he? I don't even get that. That's like, what? Wouldn't it? Doesn't he have kids?
We're way off subject. Where'd you go? Oh my gosh.
We
Oh,
froze,
there he
Mary.
is. We lost
We
you.
froze.
Yeah.
We froze up. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
It froze on everything. Both of us were like,
So what do we have? Is
"Ooh,
that
maybe
it?
we said something, Mary. Maybe we tripped this. Ooh, shoot. We have to talk in code, man. I don't know."
Talking code.
Oh, Evie, what? I still have their album. Which one? Which album?
Ooh, Phil Collins. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I like.
Elton John, yes.
Yeah. Oh, Elton John. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoever.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say within 2 years for Elton John.
Yeah.
That's what I just got told. 2 years. Within 2 years. Between now and 2 years. Okay,
Yeah.
but anyway, that's for Sunday's show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And so Sunday, and then also too, you are now verified on Facebook and Instagram. We just across the board. Gonna state this here: marrythemedium.com. It's linked in the description for her channel.
Mm-hmm.
And just know that there's a lot of scams out there. The last one was a Facebook by Mary Medium. They just dropped the last before it was Mary D Medium. It's just so it just
or
they're
medium.
getting really yeah.
It
So you're
has to
verified
be.
now.
I'm verified, guys, on Instagram, Facebook. So it is Mary the Medium. The scam artist has gotten several of my customers, and I believe that he shows up or she shows up or whoever it is in my when I do the shows, guys, Sunday and tonight, they'll show up in my chat and they'll find your names and they'll say that pretending to be me, saying that we'll give you a reading, send them the money. Guys, I will never do that. That is not me. Okay, you want a reading, you come to me. I don't go to you. But anyway, so these scam artists were at it again, and like it forced me to become verified. So you'll see the little blue check mark next to my name, but it's Mary the Medium, not Mary Medium, not Medium Mary,
No periods,
Mary
no dashes.
the Medium.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And Ann Nations, I don't know if Ann is on tonight. They tried to scam an Ann. They scammed another person, so yeah.
But just be savvy out there because they're getting real sneaky. Don't
They're
click on
getting
stuff.
bad.
They're getting really bad. I mean, my mom's always calling me. She's like, "Is this okay?" I'm like, "Nope."
Yeah. Yeah. Serious. So what else do we have? Is that it? I know we're out of time.
We are, and I'm doing this before. I was just doing my little getting the screen shot in the chats because I haven't figured that out yet. So, oh yeah, I think I believe that is the show, Mary.
Oh, guys, I really appreciate everybody tuning in. MaryTheMedium.com. Yep. I think I want to start doing readings on TikTok. What do you think?
I don't use TikTok enough to. Oh,
hey Sherry.
Hi, Mom. My mom just showed up. Hi, Mom.
Hey Sherry.
No, better late than
Evie goes, stay on, please. I love to. Evie, I promise I'll get your sprays out to you. I have to make up another batch. I'm traveling tomorrow up to the Northeast, but I will make them from up there and ship them out to you. So yeah.
And they do work. They do work. They do work.
Oh my gosh, I was at Spirit Fest. Let me tell you what happened. I was at Spirit Fest, and one of the psychic tarot readers was directly in front of my booth that I had set up. She goes, I need your help. She came over to me before the doors opened. She said, I can't connect to spirit. She said, I'm not going to be able to do today. Something is wrong. And I looked at her and I said, it's because you haven't have attachments. I mean, literally, she did dark circles. She was hunched over like this. And I said, yeah, you got attachments, hon. So we worked on her boundaries and I sprayed her. And she came back to me right after the show that day and said, you saved my ass. She said, I don't know what that spray is, but you saved me. I connected to spirit. Had you not helped me, I never would have been able to have stayed. So,
yep.
Got rid of her attachments.
We'll get some real like unscripted like testimonials, like real ones, because I just used it the other day. I had I had a heavy feeling on my shoulder and then got really nauseous, and there's more to it. But anyway, yeah. I sprayed it on my crown and boom, went away. I was fine after that.
Yeah.
Because I can sense usually it was something external that was affecting me.
Oh, so, yeah, for sure.
It was. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I spray it right after I leave work.
And we are working on this. We're working on some different sizes. We're gonna get the like the the spritzer gallon size, or for
the perfume bottle size. The
yeah.
perfume bottle size. And then tiny little purse sprayers where you can just stick it in your purse. Right now, I've got the 2-ounce bottle I carry in my purse.
We need to pressurize it in a mace thing.
Yeah, right. I have
like
right. Yeah.
For those.
Right. That's so funny. I think I need a gallon of the spray. That's what your mom said.
Yeah, I know. I took her stick of sage. I know. I told her to use it after a certain person ever comes into but
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly just for
You definitely. Thank you, Evie. She carries hers wherever we go. And Chantel said, I can't get enough of you guys. So yeah, my voice sounds a little better. It does. Thank God I got it back.
You talked it right out. Like, have you ever?
I've never lost my voice before, but
I've heard my voice, and I'm like, yeah.
Evie said the spray really works. I sent her some over there in Australia, and she said it really works. Yes, it does work. So,
wow. I have someone pouting right now because yeah, my little Emma. She's on the bed pout. She's.
Oh.
Yeah. Squirrel. Oh, no. Right, well, yeah, well, that's it. Squirrel.
Oh. Hey, Emma. Hi, baby girl. Hi. Hi, Emma.
Yeah, Mary.
Hi, baby girl. Aw. Okay. Do we have words from our sponsor or anything?
Oh, we do actually. Oh, my bad. I forgot I even, so far we've got two words from our sponsor. We got a new, we're automating now. We're automated.
You will love Italian street bread. It's a good. Go to italianstreetbread.com and order use some today. Capiche?
Capiche.
Capiche.
Do you feel like there is some dark negativity surrounding you? Feel drained when you are around certain people? Frankie and Lord's Apothecary can help with their spiritual cleansing spray. Just a few sprays will clear the negativity away. Available at marythemedium.com.
Oh, nice British accent. But the thing is, I have to hit tap for sound on mine when it comes up. Like the sound just doesn't come up. You got to tap on it.
Oh, okay. It's probably because you have are you using one of those Apple devices? Yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry. My mom has those too. I'm a Samsung. But yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Samsung, gotcha.
It's
Yeah.
it's the
So that's the problem.
That's the problem. You got it. Yeah, you went with Apple.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, you've got a busy day tomorrow, Mary. So I should let you go and keep me posted. And let me know.
I will. Absolutely.
Safe travels and.
Yep. And Sunday, guys, we've got Rosalie coming on, Rosbud. She is a Canadian. She does astrology, tarot. She's also a holistic naturopath chef, and she's written a book. So we're going to have her on the show on Sunday. Remind me to send out an email to her because I forgot. Say, remember. So anyway, and that's in our series of gifts, guys. Why it's important to not only maintain your health if you have a gift, okay, but also if you're practicing with your gift. But anyway, Rosalie will be here Sunday, and I'm really looking forward to it. She's the one who named me as number 5 on the top psychic mediums in the world. She wrote that article, so she's very talented.
And also, if you Google Mary, you also come up in the top 5.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, that's cool. But the last one I Googled, it said number 10. I'm like, hey.
No,
you guys put Long Island Medium ahead of me?
No. Top psychic mediums in the world.
Yeah, Long Island Medium. Night, Carrie. Thanks for joining. Chantel, thanks for being here. Evie and Sherry and whoever else I didn't mention. I sure appreciate you guys being here tonight.
Yeah, thank you, everyone, and we appreciate it. And also, too, Mary is still. We are doing readings. We've had a pet shortage lately. Just with trying to coordinate live pet readings.
Right.
And now that we're on Thursdays, we're trying Thursdays out a little bit. Just with our schedules, it was just getting too. It was too much with Sunday, and then boom. So contact us either the real Mary the medium at gmail.com. And all she needs is a picture and a name, and
that's
it. And if you and
it's not just pets. It's not just pets. Well, for this show, pets, but for my Sunday show on the same channel, guys, I am well known for finding the missing. Okay, missing people, alive or dead. Mainly dead, though, unfortunately. But I also do people readings as well.
Do you have good suggestions where you could hide someone and they wouldn't be found? Could you reverse engineer that? Asking for a friend. For a friend. I don't.
You are. Sure, you are.
No. Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not. No.
I'm just trying. Well, the oven. I don't know.
Is that brisket? What is that? Yeah,
right. Oh my God, that's funny.
Anywho's. Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much, everyone.
And see you Sunday.
And we will see. We'll be back. Well, we'll be here Sunday, and you know, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Sunday.
So
And you know
thank
what?
you,
We need to
everyone.
do our Spirit of the Week photo on Sunday.
Yeah, we gotta. Oh, we'll talk about that one.
I'll have lots of them where I'm going.
Oh yeah. Oh gotcha.
Okay.
And yep. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna end this one. Stay right
Okay.
there, Mary. Hold up.
Okay.
So everyone, good night. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
See you
We're way
soon.
over.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.